Hey pal, you just blowing from Stupid Town?
What's going on, Falcons fans? Logan here. I hope you like my new mask, by the way. Go Dogs. Welcome back to Rise Up Rundown, and if you're new here, welcome. Okay, I'm not actually going to speak with that the whole way through, but I will say that this video is going to be a really interesting video because, of course, a lot of Falcons fans are trying to discuss who should be the next head coach for the Atlanta Falcons. Should it be Eric Bieniemy? Should it be Don Martindale? Should it be Lincoln Riley? Blah, blah, blah. But people are kind of excluding the fact that the interim head coach, Raheem Morris, has actually done some pretty good things for the Atlanta Falcons. Should he be the NFL, or not the NFL head coach, the Atlanta Falcons head coach heading into 2021? In this video, we go over that starting right now. Raheem Morris has always been a solid NFL defensive backs coach in the NFL ever since the early 2000s. But has he ever been a good NFL head coach? Because even before he became interim head coach for the Falcons, believe it or not, he actually did play the role of a head coach, and that would be with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers from 2009 through 2011. But we'll get to that in a second. Let's go over, should Raheem Morris stay as the Falcons head coach? There's some good things to Morris and there's some bad things, but let's go over the good things first. The first good reason on why he could stay as the Falcons head coach is he seems to bring in a more focused and energized team, and it really shows. I mean, when Dan Quinn was head coach for this year, the team was not disciplined at all. The defense was just miserable. At least the secondary was miserable. And then, we didn't know how to recover an onside kick. We didn't know how to hold on to leads. And then when Dan Quinn was fired and Raheem Morris was named the interim head coach, our team really just out of nowhere played so much better. I mean, Dante Fowler's quote when Raheem Morris was promoted as the interim head coach, when he said, the players are getting frustrated out there because we're getting more disciplined and it's hard work and it's making us mad, but hopefully this all pays off. I mean, he's right. It really shows. Despite the one Detroit Lions mess up, the Falcons do know how to hold on to leads all of a sudden, and we know how to recover onside kicks. We look a lot more disciplined. The team is a lot more energized and focused. The offense is doing a whole lot better, and the defense, and this is leading to the next good thing about Raheem Morris, he's proven that he can improve the defense. In 2019, the team went from a 1-7 record overall to finish the year 6-2 when Raheem Morris was promoted the defensive coordinator, by the way. And then when he also was promoted defensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons in 2019, the Falcons came from having the lowest amount of takeaways, which was 4, to the second most in the NFL, with 16. They came from dead last in sacks to 10th in the league. Scoring efficiency, dead last to 9th. And the red zone efficiency, 31st to 6th. And then this year in 2020, when he was named the head coach, now I found these stats myself because I couldn't exactly find a whole lot of stats on Raheem Morris yet this year, so I just kind of looked for the best. And, believe it or not, the stats this year are not a whole lot different from Dan Quinn's defense. The only thing that has drastically changed is the secondary. Because, no shock, he was always a good defensive backs coach. Dan Quinn's secondary only had 2 interceptions, whereas Raheem Morris so far has 7. Now, surprisingly, the sacks and the turnovers for both Dan Quinn and Raheem Morris' defense are the same. But it's safe to say, the secondary is really playing a lot better, and I think this is starting to kind of prove to everyone out there that secondary is pretty much more important than pass rush, and not that pass rush is not important, but if you have a good secondary, your defense can play really good, and, the good thing about Raheem Morris is that he is a good defensive backs coach. So that is one thing. We could have a really good secondary, and that was the biggest weakness for the Falcons. Now, here's the only bad thing about Raheem Morris. He doesn't exactly have a good history of being a good NFL head coach. In 2009, his Bucs team went 3-13. In 2010, he actually had a winning record, 10-6, but he was third in the NFC South, no playoffs. And in 2011, they went 4-12. And in 2020, he is 3-1 with the Falcons. So to me, it sounds like Raheem Morris certainly has potential, but I don't exactly think it's time to name him the head coach just yet. I think we need to wait for the end of the year. I think the Falcons need to finish up the season, to be honest with you, go into the playoffs. Like, I know that sounds like a big task, but I'm just being real with you. I think if they don't make playoffs, it's kind of a hard possibility of Raheem Morris staying as the head coach for the Falcons. Granted, Arthur Blank is the most hesitant guy in the world, and he'll keep him somehow, some way, but I don't know. I think Raheem Morris needs to at least take this team to the playoffs to stay as head coach. Other than that, I wouldn't exactly promote him as a head coach. I think he's still got a lot to prove. But I don't know. That's just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Other than that, I will see you guys with a video this Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern. Love and appreciate you all for the support. As always, rise up.